This is Coach Alamo, and I'm going to be talking to you about our high school players training program here at the Alamo Academy. This program is very much different than anything we offer because the goals of a high school baseball player is very different. And as we go through this video, I'm going to break down for you the different categories of high school players and exactly what our program can do for you. There's three different types of high school baseball players. There's the eighth grader or ninth grader that's going into their first year of high school or maybe their second year, and their primary goal is to make the team, either junior varsity, freshman team, or varsity. Their number one hurdle is to make the team, and then their second hurdle is to be able to play a lot and to excel and be one of the better players on the team. And you have the second type of player who has been in high school for a year, 2 or 3, maybe a junior or a sophomore, possibly even a senior, and they are caught in the middle. They play a little bit, maybe they play moderate amount, but they're just average. They're trying to overtake the position and be the consistent starter and get ahead of their teammates, and they're a little bit behind that, and they're trying to come into the year and take that position and be able to increase playing time and increase their abilities so they can play more. Then you have the third type of player who is one of the best players on the team already, is starting all the games, and their training is to continue to have an amazing season and to be one of the best players in their district or state, nation, depending on the player, and then progressing into college baseball or maybe a major league draft pick, and that's their goal. That's what they would like to accomplish. Now, when you have those three types of players, you're going to see that our high school training program is broken down into three different levels to address those particular needs. Obviously, a player who's in 8th grade and is trying to make their team and the coach doesn't even know who they are, and they're going to be going through a cattle call tryout, has different needs than the player who's already a starting shortstop for the varsity for the last 3 years. Completely different program, and we're going to be talking to you about that. You're going to be able to get advanced mechanics and training without being held back by other teammates learning at different rates. And that's the problem with playing on teams. If this is what you're trying to get out of it, select teams, fall teams, there's nothing wrong with playing a lot, but you're not going to be learning at your exact rate and where you are and have a custom program. Our opinion is that you should be doing both. You should be playing a lot of games, but you do need the outside information from us. If a player is that freshman, they're not going to be learning again at the level of the player who's already the starting shortstop on varsity for the last 3 years. So you're not being held back. It's non-threatening. If you're a little bit behind because we have one mission and there's nobody else around, we're trying to take you to that next level. If you're that next level player, well, you are learning from instructors who have all been where you would like to be, who have played college baseball. Some of them have been major league draft picks, and more importantly, through my experience with 300 collegiate athletes that I've helped develop, 5 current major leaguers, 75, and I think that number's even higher, major league draft picks, developed a system that I've seen work for them, and we put them through, and it's helped them excel. And that type of knowledge is what you're getting from us. Oftentimes I hear about high school players who don't feel like they're getting any attention from their coaches, and oftentimes it's not necessarily the coach's fault with 2 or 3 coaches and too many players. There's just not enough time in the day, and they're going to have to prioritize their time as best as they can. With us, you don't have to worry about that. The other thing that we run into is them not being able to learn from people who have had a great experience or who have been able to put together a program with a knowledge base that I've been able to put together through my years of college coaching. And that's really why you come to us, for the knowledge and for that information. So depending on where you are, our program's going to help you get there. And you talk about the middle player who wants to play a lot and he's kind of on the bench, he plays a little bit. Well, our goal is to make you the starter, to take over that position that you want and bump up a level. So our goal is always to bump you up a level depending on where you are and really create a program that fits your needs. But the high school program is can be very intense if you're an advanced player in the system, and if you're a beginning player, you start to learn what it will take for you to move into the advanced areas. So you're going to get a good feel for that. Once you meet with our coaches, we're going to let you know where you are. We're going to let you know if you're on track for that collegiate position, if that's kind of where you are in the cycle, or if you're on track to be able to overtake the position that there's a starting player in front of you, but he's not getting the outside help or knowledge from us, and we're going to be able to bump you over that guy. So once you meet with us, we'll give you an evaluation, we'll give you the walkthrough, and then we can get going and really get to work and make sure you are where you need to be. You know, players who are looking to go college baseball, with our resources, if we can get you to the level that needs to be placed for certain schools, that's also something that we're very glad and like to assist players with. We've placed numerous players with collegiate programs. Now, obviously, the more you're with us and the harder you train and invest your time and energy with our training system, the further we can take you. So it's really going to be dependent on the commitment level from the family as well, for that type of player. As you'll see here, the proper mechanics and techniques. Years ahead of what your teammates know or what even you're going through, we have players who are first team All-State and, you know, the best players for their teams, best players in the area, and we tell them things that we've learned that's in our system that are college level training information and techniques. They look at us dumbfounded, like, that makes a lot of sense, that's amazing information, we've never heard it before. And that is our goal here, to be able to take you and treat you, if you're that middle to high end high school guy, and make you, you know, teach you like you're a college level player. Obviously, if you're a beginning player or you're starting at the first end of the spectrum trying to make your team, well, we're going to start trickling in that advanced information while we take you to become an intermediate to advanced high school player, and then it all comes together. The best advantage a high school player can have, in my opinion, is to come to us in 8th or 9th grade and be able to work our program in a complete fashion, because there is an enormous benefit to being with us for that amount of time, because we're able to really ingrain that information into the player. As the season comes, you know, there's and as you watch this video, there's going to be different phases. You're either getting ready for tryouts, or you're in the middle of your season, and or you are at the end of your season and you're training again as another cycle to get ready for tryouts. And the most important thing is to be able to train hard in the off season, but when you're in season, we also have a great program through our drills and exercises to make sure the player doesn't drop off and has the edge during the season. So that's something else you're going to get from our program. Come on in, talk to one of our coaches, get a complete evaluation, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.